and this was a time where I was really trying to figure out my identity. And I remember going to the front, and there's a line, so you have a turn. And I remember tears just rolled down my face because I was like begging God, like, just, I know you're gonna help me get through this, like through this situation, and you're gonna figure this out with me. And I think, if anything, I looked at my religion or my belief at God as what was gonna get me through my life and make me happy.
While you were understanding your identity and your sexuality, did you ever feel different in a religious environment, at a puja or a mandir, anything like that?
If I'm honest, no. I never connected my sexual identity or anything I was going through internally, like trying to figure that out, with being religious or my religion. We grew up in a household where we did prayers every night, but not the type of prayers that would confine you to certain standards, right? We did prayers because we believed, and I still believe, and I'm still very spiritual as a person, and still believe many of the things maybe I don't even know about. Like, I don't know those things, but I believe them, if that makes sense. But I grew up in a household where my parents never said, well, this is exactly what Hindus believe, and this is how you're going to live your life. I was never given those terms. So no.
My story is a little different. Obviously, like at a spiritual religious setting where there's prayers going on, sometimes there is guilt, because or you've been taught that, oh, you'll grow up, you'll marry a girl, and then you'll have a house and kids, and that is the narrative that I've heard throughout my life. And then you're standing at this religious thing and you're feeling inside guilt that, am I doing something wrong? And I am a spiritual person. I might not be very religious, but I do believe that there's a power there, and it can take different forms. For some it's Shiva, for some it's Ganesh, for some it's a saint. So I would question that, is this right? Because every story, even most of the stories in my religion, is Radha Krishna, Sita Ram. And my question always was like, but what if there are two guys? What if I like this guy? And that guilt, growing up not knowing or completely identifying who you are and having the confidence to come out, could eat up a person, because every time you're in that setting, you question, like, are you doing something wrong? And I believe in karma, so it's always a question like, is this bad karma? So yeah, you have to fight through all that and understand, which I did eventually. But yeah, in certain aspects, yes, maybe I said 20%, there was guilt once in a while.
Yes. I want to add something, because I remember a moment in my life where I went to the mandir, and I used to go to the mandir every Friday with my cousin, and but this was not that time. But I went to the mandir, and again, I'm not super religious, but I like to go, and I never like to pass a mandir without stopping by. So if I'm gonna literally pass something, I want to just go there for a couple of minutes, right? Just, I feel good about it. I went to the mandir, and this was a time where I was really trying to figure out my identity. And I remember going to the front, and there's a line, so you have a turn. And I remember tears just rolled down my face because I was like begging God, like, just, I know you're gonna help me get through this, like through this situation, and you're gonna figure this out with me. And I think, if anything, I looked at my religion or my belief at God as what was gonna get me through my life and make me happy. God, for me, like, I always felt like God is not gonna let me down. So